while the biological purpose of sex is reproduction. For the environment, sex determines the Earth's population size and the total amount of resources consumed. Since human survival, such as food consumption, is a major contributor to the consumption of Earth's resources. But nowadays, human technology has transformed it into recreation and intimacy. Meanwhile, a small blue pill will unexpectedly affect the world, which is Sildenafil, or we may call it Viagra. Most technological practices involve consumption, like driving burning gasoline, but sex would create consumers. However, overpopulation will cause shortage of resource. One of the most obvious natural limiting machines of creating consumers is erectile dysfunction, which caused by physiological and psychological problems. As humans aged, their psychological functions decline, or the anxiety during sex will both hinder men to erect. This makes sex impossible and limits the possibility of human reproduction. But Sildenafil can break the naturally limited machines, which allow sexual activity to continue well beyond the natural limits.
Back in the early 1990s, the pharmaceutical boom, scientists at Pfizer, who developed the process to synthesize sildenafil citrate, were researching a compound to treat chest pain and high blood pressure. However, the compound failed to treat heart pain, but an unusual side effect was reported. It increased and sustained erections. The team leader of the clinical trials, Dr. Ian Osterlo, recognized the potential of the side effect. This accidental discovery led Pfizer to change the purpose of sildenafil to a sex-related drug. For centuries, traditional Chinese medicine and other folk remedies operated on a principle sometimes called sympathetic magic.
凹以形补形.
People believed that consuming the body part of a virile animal would transfer that virility to the human. A large number of endangered animals were killed, including Canadian harp seal and seahorses. After Viagra release, some people would rather choose to use Viagra since it is cheaper than animal materials. This reduces the demand for endangered animals and indirectly protected them.
But meanwhile, the production and packaging Viagra caused industrial environmental footprint, like plastic and injecting this or damage the environment. But did you know there's more unexpected environmental story behind this bill? Nowadays, Viagra is being used for precaution like nightlife rather than just medically. When people take Viagra, their bodies cannot fully absorb it. It says Viagra are excreted in urine and flushed down the toilet. It may pollute water sources. A study in South Korea showed that the concentration of sildenafil in the water increased by 31% on Friday nights and weekends compared to weekdays. Areas with a high concentration of adult recreational venues such as glass, it made more. The sewage treatment plants were unable to filter such a high concentration, which can only discharge it directly into water. Have you ever considered Viagra can poison aquatic? Another research showed that sildenafil will damage the sea urchin's reproductive capacity. Since sildenafil will increase the activity of the sperm, the sperm swarm too early. They will burn out before they could reach the egg, which reduces fertilization success of sea urchin. So, we are rewriting the biology of non-human animals through sexual technology. Which is ironic that the inventors hoping to treat heart disease, the medication inadvertently became a treatment for erectile dysfunction. And never imagined sildenafil unintentionally saves some animals, but would also pollute the water cycle and damage other animals. They treat the human body as a closed system, but didn't realize that the substance we ingest ultimately return to the ecosystem. However, don't worry, we still have better wastewater treatment technologies and more environmentally friendly production methods. So, let's not forget to control our environmental impact.